Welcome to Lecture Online. This special case is kind of a unique case. When you take a look at those two fractions, you quickly see that the fraction on the right is exactly the same as the fraction on the left. The difference is that the numerator is multiplied times 2, but so is the denominator. So if I divide both the numerator and the denominator on the right side by 2, I get the exact same results as I have on the left side. So let's say you didn't quite see that immediately and you went ahead and tried to solve it the way you would normally solve it, is by moving things across a diagonal. So you take the 4x, move it to the upper left, you take the 2x and move it to the upper right. So this would then turn into the following. You get 3 times 4x is equal to 6 times 2x, and when we multiply these together, we get 12x is equal to 12x. Now what do we do over here? Well, if we move the 12x to the left, on the right side to the left, and we subtract with 0 equals 0. So let's go ahead and do that. So we get 12x minus 12x by moving this 12x to the other side, and then you end up with the 0 on the right side, and 12x minus 12x is equal to 0, so 0 equals 0. Which of course is a true statement. 0 is indeed 0. Which means that it doesn't really matter what value x has. For any value of x, that will always be the case. It doesn't matter what value we plug in. Now you may say, well, there's one exception. We cannot let x equal 0 because then the denominators become 0. But when we cross multiply and we write the equation in this format, then x can also be 0, and then 0 equals 0 is still a correct solution. In other words, x can be an element of the reals. It can be any value, so x is an element of the real number set, meaning you can plug in any value for x. Another way to look at that would be to say, let's divide both sides of the equation by 12. So we have 12x equals 12x, and now we're going to divide both sides of the equation by 12, which means we're going to get x equals x. Now, say, what are the conditions required for x equals x? Well, x will equal x no matter what value you plug in for x, so therefore you can also conclude that x is an element of the reals because x can take on any value no matter what it is, and it will always be equal to itself. So that's one of those special cases where the solution is that x can be any value, any real number, and the equation will be satisfied, with the one exception. If it's written in this format, then of course x cannot equal 0. And there you have special case number 3.